Good afternoon, everyone. So, in your previous lecture, we completed constraint satisfaction problem, and we were discussing about unsupervised and supervised learning. We discussed that if we are making a data set using unsupervised or supervised learning, then what can be the difference between the two, and how we can create a data set using those types of learning techniques. So today we are just going to continue with that thing only. Okay. So we completed this example yesterday. So today we are going to start with the types of machine learning techniques. So basically, if you see, they have mentioned classification and regression over here, which is actually part of data mining. These are some of the techniques that are used in data mining so that we can obtain the fruitful results. And if we read about regression first, it says regression technique predicts a single output value using training data. Example, you can use regression to predict the house price from training data. The input variables will be, they are saying that if we are using regression, that is one of the type of supervised learning, in that case it will just give you output in form of a single value. And here they have taken an example that okay, if we have to predict the price of any certain house, so we have to input the variables, or we have to take the attributes in data set, such as the locality, size of the house, etc. So on basis of that, we can predict our price for the house that we are looking for. All right. On the other hand, classification. Now, if we understand the basic meaning behind this term, classification. So, classification basically means that we are separating certain items into their respective classes. Now, okay, if we take an example, the complete 7 semester, it can be of MU or it can be of GTU, is sitting in the auditorium. Okay, but every student belongs to a particular class from which we can identify them, from which we can separate them. So basically, classification is something through which we can divide or we can separate the items into different classes. So it reads, classification means to group the output inside a class. If the algorithm tries to label input into two distinct classes, it is called binary classification. Selecting between more than two classes is referred as multi-class classification. So here they have taken an example. Determine whether or not someone will be a defaulter of the loan. So here the main strengths of classification can be. Now if we talk about the example, like they are predicting that okay, someone can be the defaulter of the loan or not. So here we are guiding our algorithm based on the experience of that person's previous bank history, the amount present in his account, the amount of transactions that person is making. It can be based on anything. Okay. Basically, in classification, we are predicting, but in this case, the output can be multi-valued. But in regression, the output is only single valued answer. Now, if we talk about strengths, it says output always have a probabilistic interpretation and the algorithm can be regularized to avoid overfitting. We will discuss about overfitting and underfitting in our lab. At that time, you will get more clarity about how classification and regression techniques can be used. Alright, to move forward, now we'll talk about the types of unsupervised machine learning techniques, that is clustering and association. So under clustering it says clustering is an important concept when it comes to unsupervised learning. It mainly deals with finding a structure or pattern in a collection of uncategorized data. Clustering algorithms will process your data and find natural clusters or groups if they exist in the data. You can also modify how many clusters of your algorithms should identify. It allows you to adjust the granularity of these groups. Now, if you see the example, now here they have given an example of the different types of vegetables that can be there. Okay, and over here we are clustering it or we are dividing it into different groups to which they can be identified separately. Next, if we talk about association, so association rules allow you to establish associations among data objects inside large databases. So if we talk about an example over here, suppose you go to a grocery store and most probably you see that there is a pattern in which items are placed on the shelf. Like for example, if you're looking for, say, okay, if you're looking for bread, then with bread you will be having jam, you will be having butter, and they will be most probably on one particular shelf only. So that the cust or the person who has the grocery store, who owns the grocery store, use the association rules in which he thinks that if a person will buy bread, he or she will have that thought of buying butter or jam as well. So certain rules are set for every kind of problem, every kind of situation to obtain the most output of that particular situation. So these were the types of unsupervised learning. Further, we'll see the differences between supervised and unsupervised learning. So if we talk about the process, it says in supervised learning model, input and output variables will be given. But in case of unsupervised model, only input data will be known and output data will be unknown. Because in unsupervised, we are creating or we are just randomly picking any algorithm and trying to reach the goal. So now next is input data. Under unsupervised, it is saying algorithms are trained using label data. This thing we have discussed in yesterday's lecture also. But in case of unsupervised, algorithms are used against data which is not labeled, because over there we were just creating the synthetic data sets according to our own understanding. Now, algorithms used under supervised learning can be SVM, that is support vector machine, neural networks, linear and logistics regression, random forest and classification trees. And some of the algorithms are we are going to use in your labs. So you will come to know in depth about them. And under unsupervised can be divided into different categories like cluster algorithm, k-means, hierarchical clustering, etc. Further, if we talk about computational complexity, supervised learning is a simpler method because obviously there is some guide, there is some supervisor, or we have certain type of experience. On basis of that, we are predicting our outcome. But in case of unsupervised learning, is computationally complex because there we have to recognize the pattern on our own, and we have to reach our output or goal on our own. That is why the complexity is more in case of unsupervised learning. Now, if we talk about use of data, supervised learning model uses training data to learn a link between the input and the output. Unsupervised learning does not use output data because we are not known about what output we are going to obtain, because there we are using just random algorithm, and randomly we have created the data set, and whatever the output will be, that will be all based on the random categorization. Now next is accuracy of results. Now under supervised, as it is based on the experience or with the help of a supervisor, they give highly accurate and trustworthy results. Whereas in case of unsupervised learning, the results are less accurate and trustworthy. Okay, so next point is real-time learning. Learning method takes offline under a supervised learning, and for unsupervised learning, learning methods take place in real time. So as we were talking yesterday, that all the surveys that a person can do in real life, it can be through Google Form or by communicating, etc. At that time, you are actually using unsupervised learning because you basically do not have any experience of that particular scenario or that particular data of which you are going to get out of Google Form or through communication. Now, number of classes. For supervised, number of classes is known, or we can say the number of attributes are known already before creating the dataset. But in case of unsupervised, it is not known. The main drawback for supervised learning is classifying big data can be a real challenge, because if we see that we have to obtain a certain goal, we know the input, but we have to classify them. That is a tricky task. And in case of unsupervised learning, you cannot get precise information regarding data sorting, and the output as the data used in unsupervised learning is labeled and not known. That is why this thing is bit simpler in case of unsupervised. Now, let me read out these points about what we have discussed in this document. It says, in supervised learning, you train the machine using data which is labeled. Unsupervised learning is a is a machine learning technique where you do not need to supervise the model. Supervised learning allows you to collect data or produce a data output from the previous experience. Unsupervised machine learning helps you to find all kind of unknown patterns in data. For example, you will be able to determine the time taken to reach back some based on weather conditions, time of the day, the example that we discussed yesterday. Regression and classification are two types of supervised learning. Clustering and association are two types of unsupervised learning. In supervised learning model, input and output variables will be given, while the unsupervised learning model, only input variables will be given. So this is what we discussed in supervised and unsupervised learning. And now regarding your mid-sem exam for computation intelligence, you will be having first two chapters. First chapter is well known to everybody now. Second chapter, we have discussed almost all the topics based on your syllabus. But as I was telling you in your previous lecture, we are going to do that topic of multi-objective genetic algorithm. We will do that later on. But in spite of that, you will be having questions out of supervised or unsupervised learning. So that is why I have discussed that topic over here. Okay. So now I have certain problems for you people, because in your exam there can be the case that you will be given the question, you will be given the problem, and on basis of that you have to solve it, and that you have to give the answer. So everyone, it's a request, please be ready with a notebook and a pen, or paper or a pen, so that you can solve and practice these questions. Okay, so please be ready. So this is the first question for you people. That is obviously 8 puzzle problem. So this is the initial state and this is the goal state. I will give you people about 8 to 10 minutes. I guess that's enough for you people now to solve this problem. That's up to you, Lokesh. I'm just giving you that much time because I have to look for all the students and not everyone is that efficient. Okay? So I'm just giving you. Yes, obviously. In case of exam, the question will be according to the time duration. Don't worry about that. No, don't worry about that. You will be able to solve in time. The questions will be according. Okay.
मैम
Yes.
मैम होल चैप्टर पूरा का पूरा चैप्टर सेकंड चैप्टर होगा मिड सेम में?
Yes, पूरा चैप्टर होगा एक्सेप्ट मल्टी ऑब्जेक्टिव जेनेटिक एल्गोरिथम.
ओके मैम, ओके.
उसकी जगह पे सुपरवाइज्ड और अनसुपरवाइज्ड लर्निंग वाला टॉपिक आएगा.
कौन सा मैम?
ये वाला जो हमने आज कंप्लीट किया, सुपरवाइज्ड एंड अनसुपरवाइज्ड लर्निंग. ओके.
ओके.
यस.
ओके. ओके मैम.
ऑलराइट. यस मौजी, यस एमसीक्यू ही होंगे. डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट. Yes, I'm showing you the question again. Please try to solve it. This is just for your practice. Okay. We are just doing the practice over here because obviously हमने थोड़े 5-6 algorithms कर लिए हैं. Yes.
मैम सिलेबस इसमें राइट कर देंगे मैडम इस चैट बॉक्स में?
मैं आपको आपका सिलेबस दिखा देती हूँ एक बार. जस्ट अ मिनट. Okay. So out of your chapter 1, हमने सारे topics कर लिए हैं. That is introduction to CI, history, basic techniques and applications. Then we discussed about neural network, fuzzy logic, genetic algorithm, and hybrid systems. So that is complete. Out of chapter 2, we discussed what is state space. We discussed about blind search. And in blind search, we talked about BFS and DFS, how they are solved. And then we discussed about what is heuristic search. In that, we talked about hill climbing, A star, AO star, min max algorithm. Then yesterday we saw constraint satisfaction problem. And also we did what is the problem, right? And there is one more topic of multi-objective genetic algorithm, but we are not including this topic in your mid-sem syllabus. But in spite of that, I have taken, sorry, this one, supervised and unsupervised learning. Okay, so we will be doing multi-objective genetic algorithm later on when we'll do optimization. At that time, we will study multi-objective genetic algorithm. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, yes, Lokesh. Hmm, practice exam. All right, so let's keep it tomorrow. Would that be okay? Okay. So tomorrow I will prepare some MCQ questions for you people out of chapter 1 and 2, and then we will have a practice session. For today, just practice the these problems that we have completed, that is hill climbing, A star, A star, min max, constraint satisfaction. I have some of the problems, so try solving them using pen and paper. नोटबुक पे करना ठीक से सॉल्व उसको. Alright, then we will discuss them. I'm just giving you 5 7 minutes. Have you done?
No, ma'am.
the students now. You got enough time. Yes, so I know it's lengthy. I know that. Okay. So what is the problem that you are facing? It's just lengthy, that's all. Okay, same values are in. That's why confusion. Okay, leave that one. Go for the next one. That is A star. We did this example based on traveling salesman. We tried to solve traveling salesman problem using A star. It's the same thing. Just tell me the cue which you will get later on. Okay, try to solve this one. Have you done? Okay. So it is S C D F G. Let us see. S C D F and G. All right, can anyone of you who has given the answer explain how have you find the answer? Arun, can you?
Ma'am,
Okay, I'm just showing you the diagram. Now we are starting from S and we have to reach G, that is the goal state. So what steps did you follow? You can unmute yourself and explain, that's fine. Arun, please unmute yourself if you can and then explain so that everyone can understand. Okay, sure. Yeah, sure. See, this is the diagram.
पहले हम देखेंगे कि एस टू पहले फर्स्ट थ्री पार्ट चेक करता है। तो एस टू ए पहले ये पार्ट की वैल्यू 6 है और 5 और 10, बट लेकिन हमें ए की वैल्यू कंसीडर करनी है। 6 प्लस 10 15 हो जाएगा, 5 प्लस
ओके
18 एंड 10 प्लस 4 14 हो जाएगा। यहाँ पे इसका सबसे लोएस्ट
यहाँ
नंबर है।
यहाँ पर कौन सा ह्यूरिस्टिक फंक्शन यूज कर रहे हैं हम? What is the heuristic function that we're using over here in A star?
मैम याद नहीं वर्ड।
Fn is equal to Jn plus Hn.
हाँ अच्छा, ये
जहाँ
फॉर्मूला
पर yes heuristic function, that is what I'm asking.
मेरे को तो इतना ही याद, मतलब इस तरह मैंने किया था कि ये वैल्यूज को ऐड करना होता है। फिर उसके बाद
Okay.
सी के बाद एक ही पाथ बचता है डी, फिर डी चेक करेगा बी के लिए और एफ के लिए। तो बी की वैल्यू 13 है और वहाँ पे उसका डिस्टेंस 7 है एंड एफ की वैल्यू 1 है और डिस्टेंस 6 है, तो फिर वो एफ के थ्रू जाएगा और फिर डायरेक्ट
ठीक है.
जी पे।
Okay. जिसको भी नहीं समझ आया, तो what we did, we used the heuristic function that is Fn is equal to Gn plus Hn. जहाँ पर हम डिस्टेंस की कॉस्ट और नोड की कॉस्ट ऐड करके डिस्टेंस चेक करते हैं एंड देन जो हमारे पास मिनिमम पाथ होगा हम उसको फॉलो करके अपने गोल स्टेट पे रीच करने का ट्राई करेंगे. यहाँ पे वी आर फॉलोइंग द मिनिमम कॉस्ट, वी आर यूजिंग द मिनिमम कॉस्ट ऑफ द ह्यूरिस्टिक फंक्शन बिकॉज ये ट्रैवलिंग सेल्समैन प्रॉब्लम है और ट्रैवलिंग सेल्समैन प्रॉब्लम में हमारा यही कंस्ट्रेंट रहता था ताकि हमारे को मिनिमम ड्यूरेशन मिनिमम डिस्टेंस के साथ अपनी गोल स्टेट पे पहुंचना है, राइट? सो ओके, आज के लिए इतना है. अभी नेक्स्ट मेरे पास एक और प्रॉब्लम है दैट इज बेस्ड ऑन कंस्ट्रेंट सैटिस्फैक्शन. आई विल शेयर दिस प्रॉब्लम विद यू इन योर व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप सो दैट प्लीज जस्ट ट्राई. अगर आपको बाय चांस एग्जाम में ऐसा कुछ प्रॉब्लम होता है तो यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड इट वेरी. ऑलराइट, so now let's just go to your attendance. All right, first of all for TC1 16 series 67.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then roll number 9,
Yes, ma'am.
12,
Yes.
19,
Yes, ma'am.
37,
Present, ma'am.
63, 67,
Yes, ma'am.
69,
Yes, ma'am.
73,
Yes, ma'am.
77,
Yes, ma'am.
79,
Yes, ma'am.
80,
Yes, ma'am.
85,
Yes, ma'am. 85.
86, 100,
Present.
108, 112,
Present, ma'am.
113, 119,
Yes, ma'am.
127,
Yes, ma'am.
129,
Yes, ma'am.
130,
Yes, ma'am.
135, 136,
Yes, ma'am.
164,
Yes, ma'am.
just a minute, 86 is there, okay, 164 is there, 190,
Yes, ma'am.
class CC2, 18 series 9, Kayu is there, roll number 7, okay, 11,
Yes, ma'am.
39, Sheikh is there,
Yes, ma'am. 29.
got it, 58, Kunal, 68, 71, 75 is there, 78, 84, 88, then we have 89, 96, 97, 103, 115, present, okay. 97 is there.
Present, ma'am.
Okay,
97 present.
got it. 117, present. 118, present. 133,
Present, ma'am.
okay. 173,
Present, ma'am.
okay. Now moving on to TC3 class. Roll number 4. 89 is present. Just a minute. Yes, me. Okay, got it. Yes, present. Roll number 40. Arun present. 172, 182, 18 series 1.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 18 series 12. Okay, present. All right, students. Thank you for today.